Всем пепперони. С вами Пицца-убийцы, мы продолжаем прохождение вампиров. Всем приятного просмотра и хорошего настроения. Так, куда же нам сейчас пойти? Шона Хэмптона найти в доках, да? Ага. Точно, вот тут мы остановились. Тут с людьми можно поздоровкаться, пообщаться, познакомиться вообще.
Good evening, sir. Have you witnessed any suspicious activity or strange events recently?
And what do you define as a strange event? More to the point, who are you?
My name is Ichabod Throgmorton, vampire hunter extraordinaire and warden of the East End.
A vampire hunter? Really?
I know what you're thinking. I'm just another lunatic howling at the moon, but I'm not. The bloodsuckers exist, and they're close.
Mr. Throgmorton, I'm Dr. Jonathan Rid. I'd like to hear more about these vampires you're hunting.
A man of science? Well, I'll be glad to enlighten you.
Да уж. Говорит, кровососы ближе, чем вы думаете. Вот, ты даже не подозреваешь, насколько.
I'm looking for Sean Hampton. Can you help me, Mr. Throgmorton?
The sad saint? He should be at his night asylum at this hour, but I cannot tell you how to find it, sorry.
Really? Why is that?
It's nothing personal, Doctor. I'm sure your intentions are good, but people who sleep there, they have plenty of reasons to hide.
I could make you tell me, but I respect your refusal. You really believe Sean is a saint, don't you?
All I will say is this. Gossip has it that when he was a child, he was molested. By a priest of all people. Funny thing is, though, it only strengthened his faith.
Maybe at least you can tell me who could help me find him.
Tell you what, go and chat with Tom Watts. He's a bartender and good judge of...
Про Тома я уже слышал много раз.
What can you tell me about this neighborhood?
Did you hear about what happened to Jack Gillingham? Oh boy. It's a shame I wasn't around to protect him.
It's impossible to protect everyone. The violence seems endemic in this part of town.
But it's my duty. I am convinced Jack Gillingham was killed by a vampire. These evil rodents are spreading like a plague.
So, how exactly are you protecting these people? I'm curious.
I patrol late at night, investigating anything unusual. I try and encourage people to stay indoors, but people are careless.
How do you identify a vampire?
It's simple, really. They can't stand daylight. They're afraid of garlic and holy symbols. They also cannot enter a house without being invited.
Have you ever killed one of these creatures? Yourself, I mean.
Of course I have. What kind of question is that? It's a dirty business, believe me.
Can I help in any way?
Actually, yes. I plan to put up posters to alert the population to the vampire threat.
Are you asking me to paste posters about vampires around the docks?
If you wouldn't mind. If you did that, then I can focus on my patrols.
Блять, плакаты я еще не развешивал. Сука, с предупреждением, так сказать, о самом себе.
Have you heard of the Guard of Prewan?
Of course. They're dedicated hunters. A little militant for my taste, but they do let anyone join.
Were you ever tempted to join the Guard yourself?
I did think about it, but I'm more of a silent hunter. They're more of a sanitary militia.
So you hunt alone? That sounds risky.
Vampires are just like every other predator. They hunt when they're hungry and follow certain patterns. It's just a matter of observation and patience.
Что-то, мне кажется, не такой уж он и прям охотник на вампиров. Скорее всего, больше преувеличивает, скажем так.
Goodbye. And good hunting, Mr. Throckmorton.
Такой хвостунишка прям.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed. Do you need any help?
Rest assured, I will help you, sir. Martin Nightingale, at your service. Please, take a look at my wares.
Your merchandise. I don't really see anything worth having. No offense.
None taken, sir. But please, I need to eat. Perhaps if you keep looking, you'd see something that takes your fancy.
Ну-ка, что у
Show
него
me what
есть?
you...
О, блядь, там у него письмо, сука. Чё бы продать ему? О! Кольцо. Так. Ни хрена себе, у меня купил за нет, ни хрена, продает вон за сколько. Ах ты мудила.
Are you certain you're not
Good evening.
There's no...
I'm looking for
He's a caretaker.
something like...
Sorry.
Let me be frank. You're as much of a businessman as I am a werewolf, right?
Who the hell are you to question me? It's hard enough to stay clean when you don't have a place to sleep. I'm doing my best here.
I meant no offense, Mr. Nightingale. I was merely pointing out the fact that you're unlikely to survive long if you continue wandering this path.
And what should I do then, sir? Should I join the wet boot boys like so many others? No thanks. I'd rather be a bad seller than a dead gang member.
What can you tell me about the neighborhood? Have you got any friends around these parts?
Not really. Miss Gillingham smiles and says kind words, but I know she's lost her marbles, especially since her son died.
How interesting. I don't suppose you know what happened to her son.
Jack! Rumour has it he tried to tackle some gang lads. I didn't know him well, but I heard he was a nice enough chap. His old ma still thinks he's around.
Tell me about this crazy woman. Madness is often mistaken for other conditions.
The poor woman's mad, all right. Kind and all, but she has so much trouble remembering things. She's taken me for a son more than once.
Так, хорошо, к бабульке мы уже пойдем с одной подсказкой.
Why not try seeking help instead of peddling your wares? I'm sure there are people around here that would gladly help.
There's always the night asylum. I heard it's run by a very nice man, but I'm no beggar. Not yet, at least.
There is no shame in asking for help, my boy. Sometimes it can even be the best course of action.
I don't feel okay with that. I'm gonna make a name for myself, and I'll do it by myself.
Амбициозный паренек.
Goodbye.
Please, sir. Come and have a gander.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. May I come in?
I already took my medication, Doctor. But thank you.
I'm sorry. Your medication? Have we met before?
Don't tease me like that, Jack. Sorry, what?
I think I should come in, miss. I'd like to check if everything is okay, what with the epidemic spreading across London.
An epidemic, you say? How terrible. I had no idea. But where are my manners? Please do come in, Doctor. You are a doctor, yes?
Опа. Неоконченное письмо. Родни. Я только что узнал о том, что произошло сегодня вечером. Я побежал к тебе, но ты уже ушел. Вот я пишу тебе эту записку. Это правда, что ты его... это вопрос. Это правда, что ты его убил? Невероятно. Почему? Что произошло? Мне очень нужно с тобой поговорить. Пожалуйста, найди способ связаться со мной. Я знаю, что ты можешь быть очень осторожным, и поэтому, чтобы ты знал, что это не ловушка, давай при встрече использовать код. Я просвещу свое имя Джек азбукой Морзе, а ты свое. Тогда ты поймешь, что это в самом деле я. А пока это хорошо, что ты прячешься. Мокрые ботинки разгуливают по всему кварталу и говорят, что накажут того, кто убил одного из них. Когда все утихнет, мы с тобой договоримся и все уладим. А почему это письмо у бабушки этой дома? Интересно.
It's locked, all right.
Опачки. Блин, а как закрытое открывать, а?
So, Dr. Tippett, what brings you back here? I heard whispers you had a job at that fancy hospital.
I told you my name is Jonathan Reid. Don't you remember?
Of course I do. I remember my name too. Gillingham. But you may call me Enid, Doctor. I'm very happy to see you again.
I'm looking for a short...
Sean...
Это можно все пролистывать, потому что мы и так уже о нем знаем достаточно.
Is anyone taking care of you, Miss Gillingham?
My son is always here to take care of me. He's a good boy like that, but I do worry that he needs to start living his own life. I would never say that to him, of course.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
Oh no, I don't gossip. That would be most unbecoming of a lady such as myself.
Who are the more influential figures on the docks?
Well, I heard about some terrible illness going around. I would say in that case that it's you, Dr. Tipp.
Она все путает меня с доктором Типпетсом.
Goodbye, Miss.
Ну, не прям что продуктивный разговорчик. Не заперто. Так, бля, погоди, у нее головная боль. Что-то я совсем забыл провести осмотр ее здоровья. Бабуся, сейчас мы вылечим вашу головную боль.
Do you... Goodbye, Miss.
If not, I'll find you something.
The wet boots shouldn't be fighting each other. They've got bigger problems elsewhere.
Это что там? Это кто там? Не пробивает зрение, не достает. Это я уже вышел в западные доки. Ну, сюда-то мне не надо.
It's locked.
Сюк.
I hope the turquoise turtle is still open. What have we here? Lost your horse, governor? Or
Это,
you
я
just
так
out your
понимаю,
mind?
кто? Медработники? Хотя... Медработник, который глушит, стоит из горла. Не думаю, что это
Good evening,
медработник.
miss. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid. May I have your attention for a minute?
Good evening, sir.
Have we met before?
No. But I just need to look at your fancy clothes to know that you must be desperate to visit the docks at night.
That's quite judgmental of you.
Sir, I've led enough strikes when I had a job to identify you as an enemy of the working class.
I'm looking for Sean Hampton. Can you help me?
What is it you want? Does he owe you money? Has he displeased your Royal Highness? I'm no snitch, Mr. Fancy Pants.
May I ask what you do for a living?
I'm killing myself scraping for a living. And you? Have you ever had to struggle in your entire life?
As I told you, I'm a doctor. You have to work a lot to earn that title.
Oh, a doctor. Born with money in a nice house, were we? Was Daddy a banker or a doctor himself?
Why such hatred? Are you judging me by my clothes and my job?
Course I am. Fuck, you're so blind. You don't even see your privilege. Lazy people like you disgust me.
Тетя, вы бы полегче. То я ведь и сожрать могу.
What can you tell me about this vicinity?
Tell you what, just spend a few weeks here and then ask me that question again. If you're still alive, I mean.
You don't know me, Miss Paxton, and yet you see me as an enemy.
Your manners, your clothes, your words tell me everything about you, sir. I know your kind, and you don't belong here.
Oh no, Miss Paxton, you really don't know my kind. You have no idea who I am.
All right, okay. No need to get all worked up.
If you have something to say, say it. I'm getting tired of all this.
Oh, you want information instead? Well, here's some for you. Giselle Paxton does not like you at all, Doctor.
You speak of strikes and class enemy. Am I right to assume you're involved in trade union activism?
You bet I am. Well, I was. Nowadays, I'm just another worker blacklisted by the big companies.
You lost your job because of your beliefs.
Those bastards really hate a worker who refuses slave wages and unsafe conditions, especially when it's a woman.
Isn't the whole point of trade unions to help workers in need? Why don't they support you?
A few nights back, I lost the money my companions had asked me to hide. With me and my sister being penniless, they thought I stole it.
What really happened?
I drank too much that night. Strange men saw me count the money in that bar. Some sort of militia in uniform. I'm sure they robbed me.
Well,
Расследуем это дело.
good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid. Can I help you?
A fancy doctor lurking at night by the docks? Not fishy at all.
And what about you? Working outside at night in this dangerous part of town?
You want to know my secret? I'm trying to earn money. And I'm Lottie Paxton, by the way.
Дочь.
I'm looking for Sean.
Mr. Hampton must be in his office at the night asylum he manages, I suppose.
He was a patient of mine at the Pembroke Hospital, but he left abruptly.
I see. Well, Mr. Hampton is a discreet and dedicated man. I'm sure you'll find him soon enough.
Is it not dangerous to work here at night?
As long as I have good legs, I can run away from trouble. The sad saint now provides me and my sister a bed and a roof. I don't want to lose that.
Are you homeless, Miss Paxton?
Или сестра ее.
What can you tell me about the sad saint?
It's just the nickname of Sean Hampton, the sad saint of the East End. He gave me shelter, and he is not always sad.
What can you tell me about this place? How are things here?
It may be okay for a strong girl like me, but a dandy doctor from the city like yourself. You better watch your back, Mr. Reed.
You really think I should go back to a safer place, miss?
No, I think you had better stay and help as many people as you can. Just avoid the wet boot boys. Those bastards are worse than the epidemic.
Which local dangers must I avoid?
Well, the gangs, the thieves, the drunks, the jobless. A man with your fancy clothes will attract a lot of attention.
Well, I am not someone so easily intimidated.
Glad to hear that. And if you get into trouble, you can always seek help at Sean Hampton's shelter. No one would dare to be violent there.
Goodbye, Miss Paxton.
Де. О, а вот и он. Уебашка, что ж ты сбежал? А говорят, тебя похитили. Опа. Блять. Ну и, сука, и сложенный лист бумаги это был, да? Нет. Что-то я хрен его знает. Ну и ну. Сколько расследований. Много же ковыряться придется.
Why the long face, Doctor?
Ох, ёпта. Чё с тобой? Он как будто бы вампир.
Is it all that worries you, Sean? My long face? Really?
This is a blessing for me to become a Skal. Immortality gives me more time and energy, if truth be known, to run a shelter. What more could I want?
Since you left Pembroke, the amount of blood that has been shed, it's hard to believe you, Sean.
Ask what you will. As the Lord is my shepherd, I will not speak a lie to you.
Why return here?
This is my home. These people are my flock. You will always find me where I am needed.
Wonders never cease. Skal managing an asylum.
And what of you? A vampire doctor? Meals laid out before you. Yet you restrain.
And what about William Bishop? He tried to take care of you. But this hunger, this thirst, cannot be restrained.
Alas, poor William. He had a good soul, but was weak in spirit. He could not shake the thirst for booze, never mind blood. But have faith, my will is far stronger than his.
Aren't you afraid of what you've become?
We are blessed, Doctor. Can't you see it? The Lord has made us able to walk amongst the plague and aid those that need it.
Do you think this is a blessing when God's own house and holy symbols repel you?
If that is your burden, Doctor, so be it. But I do not fear the cross, nor am I forced to take the life of another. My kind doesn't share your imperfections.
But you must drink blood now to survive.
No, not your scripture. Whoso eateth my flesh and drinketh my blood hath eternal life, and I will raise him up at the last day. So saith the Lord. I only need to eat flesh, no blood.
Блять, тоже мне разница. Пить кровь и есть плоть. Один хуй тебе кого-то надо гасить, чтобы это сожрать.
Why did you kill Miss Jones at the Pembroke Hospital?
Killed old Harriet? You must be mad, Doctor. Why would I do such a thing?
But you were close to her.
Of course. But she was lost, separated from the fold. She did not see the hand of the divine in my blessed condition.
So you claim Miss Jones' death was not by your hand, nor the other incidents at Pembroke?
Though Harriet was an angry, spiteful woman, she was one of God's creatures. I have nothing but love for all he has made.
People have been murdered. I've seen the blood. I don't believe you can be trusted.
Have a little faith, Doctor. If you will follow, I will guide you to the light.
How do you plan to do that?
Take this key of the old sewers. The entrance is by the riverbank, south from here. There you'll find all the proof you need.
Very well. You have definitely intrigued me. I hope you're right, Sean.
I'll be here when you return. If you still think I'm a threat then, well, I'll surrender myself to your judgment.
Приколдес, приколдес. Он теперь скаль.
It's locked.
Ух ты. Так, бомба взорвалась на рассвете перед оружейным заводом Доусон и Доусон, крупнейшим предприятием района. Взрывной волной выбило все окна в северном Саутарке. Это чудо, что погибли только 2 человека, заявил старший суперинтендант Александр Брайтон.
It's locked. It's locked.
Все равно хреново, что вообще кто-то погиб. Господи, я молю тебя за мою дорогую мать Гертруду Пакстон, которая сейчас на небесах и ожидает встречи со своими дочерьми. А пока этого не произошло, я благодарю тебя за то, что позволяешь мне просыпаться и жить день за днем в честной бедности и скромности. Пожалуйста, защищай доброго мистера Хэмптона, который позволяет нам спать в своей ночлежке. Я смиренно прошу простить меня за ту ненависть, которую я испытываю к своей сестре Жизели. С тех пор, как умерла наша мать, благослови Господь ее душу. Спасибо, о Боже, за то, что выслушал меня. Аминь. Ха. Они ненавидят друг друга. Интересно. Чё это вдруг?
Glad to see.
Lottie, tell me about the death of your mother.
Giselle killed her. Plain and simple. She killed her with her daily whims, her laziness, and her complaints.
That's quite a statement. You can't kill someone because you're fickle.
Mother was very ill, but I forgave Giselle. What I couldn't stand was how she cried at her funeral like she was the one left alone.
Perhaps your sister is not as tough as you are.
I know that, and I don't blame her. It just makes me sad that my own sister is the person I understand the least.
Giselle is the only family you have left. Don't you think it's time you forgave her?
Sometimes words are harder to forgive than acts, Dr. Reed.
Goodbye.
You again? What?
Giselle, tell me about the death of your mother.
After our father died, Mother worked so hard she made herself sick. We spent all the money we had on useless drugs and doctors. It was hell.
Hell? What do you mean?
The three of us were exhausted and desperate. And when I'm desperate, I tend to get angry. And I'm hard to live with. Lottie said I killed Mother.
Your sister was suffering too. I'm sure she didn't mean what she said.
I don't want to talk about that. It was years ago. We Paxton sisters are tough. We don't apologize.
Well...
Так. Ух ты ж. В госпитале доктор Суонси и леди Эшбери. Новые диалоги доступны. Ай, блядь. У меня еще дел тут дохерище вообще. Это, наверное, тот, кто прячется в канализации. Ну, пойдем по порядку. Ага, внизу. Да блядские маркеры, какого хуя они ставятся? О, а вот это вообще рядом. Опасность ближе, чем вам кажется. Они уже здесь. Не дайте им захватить королевство. Увидели вампира? Обратитесь за помощью. Иховод Трогмортон. Опытный охотник на вампиров. Да. Ебанёся, да ты изобретательный. Сжёг нахуй. Мне, конечно, думал, что там наклеить типа надо, но...
Good evening, Mr. Throgmorton.
Dr. Reed.
I'm afraid your posters were destroyed.
It cost me good money to print those posters. Such a pity people don't take the vampire menace seriously.
Did you really think the posters would be useful?
See the sad saint of the East End? How a single man can help so many people? I consider myself the discreet protector of these men and women.
Ты опездал.
Goodbye.
Угу. тоже где-то внизу. Ну, блядь, давай, что он не прогружает-то сразу? Родни Грейдер потерян. Ну да, собственно, поговорить с человеком, который прячется в канализации.
Look at it! Vicious bugger, ain't it? Ah, demon! Ah, mine! I'll take it! It's a leak! Kill it!
А не дохуя ли вас, а?
shall prevail!
Да, блять, отъебись, сука, а.
The beast must die!
He's dead!
Ай, блять. Да ж, сука, даже а чего вас так дохуя-то, блять, и все 18 уровня вдруг? У меня только 14, елки-палки.
Back to the shadows!
Да сука ты, блять, такая, а. Так, блять. Фу, блин. Многовато вас. Блять, ну... Чё его, кровь-то его... Пиздец. Какого хуя? Я же его повалил, мог кровь выпить, а мне не дали. Просто-напросто не дали. Выпить кровяку. Ой, блядь, я не хочу теперь опять со всеми драться. Пошли в пизду. Сейчас в инвиз попробую войти и пробежать просто-напросто. Ну да, пошел я нахер, конечно.
I order you to step back. Over there! There's one of them vermin!
Блять. Ну вот и ладушки. Фу. Опа. Записка стражей Привен. 27 октября. Командный пункт стражей Привена. Кому патрулям в доках, тем охотник на вампиров, самозванцы, сбегайте. Наши разведчики обнаружили в районе доков Ист-Энда некого иховода. Ага. Возможно, вы видели, как он патрулирует окрестности по ночам, утверждая, что он специалист по истреблению вампиров. Этот человек самозванец, он даже не мошенник. Ведь он не берет плату за работу, но при этом понятия не имеет, о чем говорит. Если он предложит вам сотрудничать или провести совместную охоту, откажитесь и отпустите его. В бою с кровососом этот человек не более чем приманка. Так, с этим мудаком у нас будет разговор. Это что за херня такая? Выставлять себя за охотника на вампиров, коим не является.
This could be the public house Giselle Paxton mentioned. I should investigate.
Giselle's stolen money.
А,
Priwen has some unethical ways of financing.
вот и денежки Жизель.
Let's turn around if I were you. Go on, off your trot. Get them weapons. Watch out! Burn, Bernie! Hold back! Christ, he's dead! Have them!
У-у-у-у-у. Да ёб твою мать, а. Да ёбнет уже ему, а. Ну вот, на этот раз лучше все прошло. Эти там пускай сами разбираются, нахрен их. Я уже, наконец, по своим делам пойду. Сколько можно-то?
It's locked, all right.
Наверное, с этой стороны я потом выйду.
That doesn't work. That doesn't work.
Сюк.
So that's it. These wheels control the water level. That doesn't work.
Так, ну я так понял, да, что мне вон туда надо, но... А здесь-то что? Мне вон туда, наверное, надо пройти.
That gate should shut properly now.
Ага. Бочки мешались. Опа. Телепортнулся. Да. Нормальная тут кормушка.
I have this thirst for blood. I can't believe I'm doing this.
Ну, что поделать, жажда она такая. Запас крови-то нужен.
It's locked.
Так. Ну, блядь, зачем? Можно было по прямой туда прыгнуть. О! Этот здесь.
These maggots have escaped the wrath of Ascalon for too long. It is time to purge the sewers of their filth.
You again. The one they call the sewer dog.
Hold your tongue, newborn, or I'll crush you like a maggot.
You've let the beast consume you.
Finally, a touch of lucidity.
Че, драться будем?
Learn to respect the laws of Ascalon.
Че, махаться будешь со мной? Бля.
Snap like a hare's brittle bones, newborn.
Бля. Ну слушай, так я тебя буду совсем долго пиздить. Давай-ка сделаем процесс немножечко интереснее.
Once you vanished, I'll slaughter these skulls while singing your name.
Бля. Так.
Infernal Banshee, the hand that crushes all.
Блять.
Thine shall be a fair skull to adorn my mantle. I shall tear them apart and spill my blood to the pissing wells. My powered foolish Ekon. Your blood is now mine.
Блять.
I shall crush you.
Сука, нет! Вот и все. Тоже мне крутой дядя. Да ты пидор несчастный. Отпизжен. Но правда, вот как раз таки отпизжен, но не убит. Он же вампир. По идее, он жив. Он просто потом встанет спустя какое-то время и все. встанет и уйдет. Увы. Мне кажется так. Стоп, чё?
At least one skull escaped Fergal's wrath.
Знать бы точно, куда мне идти, потому что я хочу все осмотреть. Там я, скорее всего, просто по кругу пройду, но я как бы и не против. Пройтись, осмотреться. Может, что подлутать. Вот, ящичек. Все запчасти сгодятся, все пригодится. Тем более, что это, походу, не по кругу ни хера. Либо по очень большому кругу.
How could he have made it this far? There's blood everywhere.
Ну да. Все-таки по кругу. Ну тут вот еще куда-то. Проход. Тупиковый. Хм. Я думал, там хоть что-то будет. Опа. Ни хрена себе.
Safe we are, still. Drink now.
Bless you, Bridget.
This isn't the blood of a vampire, but it will quench your thirst.
Ни хрена
This is
себе.
our domain, not yours. You've been warned.
Wait, I saved you from this creature. That must count for something.
Thank you. Now go. Go back to the streets and houses. There is no love lost between us, vampire. But thank you.
Sean Hampton sent me here. I believe he wanted me to find you. Who are you?
If you must know, they call me Old Bridget. And this shelter is where we live.
I'm Jonathan Rid. I'm a newborn Ekon. I'm afraid I'm not sure what's going on.
I shall not bend a knee, young Ekon, but I sense your pain. Ask, and I will afford you my attention.
Why was that creature after you?
Fergal is the blunt instrument of the Ascalon Club. His masters would see us dead or turned into slaves if they had their way.
What the hell was that thing? He wasn't an Ekon or a Scowl.
They are known as Volkod, an ancient offshoot of immortals. Blood drives them, enrages them.
What of this Ascalon Club?
Vampire society's elite in the Empire. They make the rules and enforce their judgment upon us whom they see as lessers.
So was it you that Sean Hampton sent me to find?
Perhaps. The sad saint was always kind to us. He must trust you if he revealed our location.
Sean is a Scowl. All those I've encountered have been violent, crazed creatures. How can he be any different?
Maybe because he is the sad saint. Or perhaps because I am Old Bridget of the Sewer Skulls.
Sean killed a patient of mine. And that's just one of the murders he's being hunted for.
If you refer to Harriet, she is now among us and under our protection.
Harriet Jones is alive. That's it. That's the proof Sean wanted me to find. I must talk to her.
No. Harriet is not alive. But you can speak to her. I must warn you. She is fragile and may...
I don't understand.
She is filled with bile and hate. Her mind is sharp as a tack, but her body is so weak. I've never seen its like before. She is resting in a room on the far right of this hideout.
Thank you. I will bear that in mind.
Прикольненько. Так, ну давайте-ка здесь остановимся и продолжим в следующей серии. Так что подписывайтесь на канал, на группу ВКонтакте, ставьте лайки, пишите комментарии. Всем спасибо за просмотр и всем пока.